night of 40,000 people is life here. The life of 40,000 Palestinians is life here. He is more criminal. He is more criminal. Right. Like he is more criminal. Genocide. There have been 7 mass graves outside of hospitals. This is sick. This is deranged. You are a war criminal. Criminal. The night of 40,000 people is life here. The life of 40,000 Palestinians.
Build a more enduring solution that provides genuine security for Israel and meets the needs of the Palestinian people. There's been an extensive effort made in recent months to get that agreement. I think we've come very, very close on a couple of occasions. Qatar, Egypt, others participating in the efforts to do this. We remain at it every single day. I think that there's still a possibility, but it's challenged by a number of events. And I have to say, yes, the extremely wrong-headed decision by the ICC prosecutor yesterday, the shameful equivalence implied between Hamas and the leadership of Israel, I think that only complicates the prospects for getting such an agreement. We'll continue to forge ahead to do that, but that decision, as you said, on so many levels, is totally wrong-headed. We'll be happy to work with Congress, with this committee, on an appropriate response.
While he engaged in torture and terror, the International Criminal Court, I think it's important to note this morning, maybe ironically, they never targeted him or even considered arresting him. But instead, what we see right now is the ICC has chosen to target Israel with baseless and illegitimate arrest warrants, and it's attempting to equate Israel's just war for its existence with the horrific acts of the October 7th massacre. To us, this is just unconscionable. You have international bureaucrats. We're not going to allow them to use warfare to undermine state sovereignty or usurp the authority of democratic nations. America should punish the ICC and put Karim Khan back in his place. And if the ICC is allowed to threaten Israel's leaders, we know that America will be next. There is a reason that we've never endorsed the International Criminal Court, because it is a direct affront to our own sovereignty. We don't put any international body among or above American sovereignty, and Israel doesn't do that either. Congress is reviewing all of our options right now. We have some very aggressive legislation that we're going to push as quickly as possible. It will impose sanctions, and if the ICC moves forward with its absurd warrant arrest or request, this is going to be an even bigger international problem. Regarding the border, sadly...
Mr. Speaker, could you talk a bit more about what kind of coordination you've got with the Biden administration and Leader Schumer on a response to the ICC and possible sanctions, and how closely you might be looking at the Chip Roy-Bryan mask bill versus something else altogether?
Well, look, there's some great ideas on the table. We're down to the fine points of that. I've spoken about it directly with Prime Minister Netanyahu on Friday, I think it was, and I'm scheduled to talk with him again today. Very clearly, this is a great threat to the international community and to our allies and to us, ultimately, as I explained earlier. So we're getting down to the fine points of that, and hopefully it will be a bipartisan bill, and that everybody will be able to stand together on that. I think we need to send a strong message to the world that this is completely, wildly inappropriate, and we're not going to stand for it.
So the synagogue of Satan basically is decided to attack the ICC. They said they're gonna pass a bill. So the Benjamin Netanyahu is coming to the United States to give a speech. The President of the United States, the Prime Minister of the United States, Benjamin Netanyahu, is coming to give a speech to Congress soon. And they wanted to show their support for him. So he's going to give a speech to his constituents in America, to the citizens of America, and to all the people in the Congress that work for him. And they're going to, kiss the ring, and they're going to give him a piece of legislation showing how they're going to attack they're going to help him attack the ICC for indicting him for war crimes. And they're going to go after, they're in the process of constructing a piece of legislation, he called them and told them, listen, I need the United States to construct legislation, and we need to come up with a way to destroy the ICC. So they said, okay, no problem, boss. So they're on top of that. And he's going to come and give, I guess once they pass the legislation, he's going to come and give a speech, right, to his constituents. I don't know if that's the proper word. He's going to come give a speech in Congress. So you got the foreign prime minister who's committing a genocide, who runs an apartheid state against blacks and Arabs, coming to give a speech in the midst of killing like 100,000 people, right? Unarmed people. And then he's going to come give a speech in Congress while they all clap, right, and tell him how great he is. And they present him with a bill showing their compliance of how they're going to attack the international courts and, you know, whatever plan of action. I don't know, maybe they're going to, I don't know if they're going to assassinate these judges. I'm wondering what is it that they're going to do to them. I think they said they're going to sanction them or whatever, which is all illegal under the Rome statutes. The law, under the law, it's illegal to attack, I believe, like any courts, right? So, you know, be prepared. Something bad to happen to those judges. I mean, because that's not going to work, and I believe it's illegal. But I mean, that never stopped them before. So it's going to get interesting to see what they do to these judges, whether these judges have accidents or, you know, whatever. Something like, you know, they find some inappropriate, you know, porn or something on their computers. You know, like, I'm curious how they're going to set these judges up to get rid of them over there at the ICC. So it's going to have to probably be obvious. I mean, what they're doing now is illegal, I believe. Like, you can't, I think it's illegal under the law to threaten any judge anywhere of any jurisdiction, like any courts in the world. Like, they have like world law, international law. And I think under international law, it's illegal to, if I'm not mistaken, to threaten, like make threats against judicial bodies, you know. So it's interesting that they're doing that in front of the whole world, and like nothing is happening. Like, they're gonna probably get away with it, just like they're getting away with killing like 100,000 people in Palestine, and nobody's really doing anything. It's like a dog and pony show. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what more people need to see, right? Like, when I said this man is the Antichrist and he runs the United States, well, they're passing bills on his behalf to attack an international court, and they're going to take out these judges some kind of way, and then he's going to give a speech in the United States in Congress while they present him with a bill. Now, if he's not the Antichrist, or they don't work, or that, you know, this is not the, and this is not the synagogue, the church of Satan. The synagogue of Satan is written and predicted in Revelations 2 and 9, then where or who are they, as the quote says, right? If this is not the wicked, if these are not the foot soldiers of Satan, the Antichrist, right? If these are not Nazis, satanic Nazis, then where are they? You know, these words were made for a reason. I'm not just throwing these out as a word salad, right? If this is not who they are, then where are these Nazis? Operation Paperclip, right? Where are these Nazis? Where are these Satanists as written in the Revelations 3 and 9 and 2 and 9? Where is the synagogue of Satan? Did they just write that for no reason, just for shits and giggles? Right? If these are not the wicked, then where are they? Would be my, I mean, I just have a question. I'm just curious. Where are they if it's not them? If these are not, if this is not the synagogue of Satan, as is written in Revelations 2 and 9, and then he comes and gives a speech in front of the synagogue of Satan, which is the U.S. Congress, right? As is written in the Bible, right? The synagogue would be his constituents, his adherents, right? The people that bow down, When you go into church, you know, in a synagogue, what are you doing? You are a member of you're a part of the membership. You see? And so, and you do the bidding of the Antichrist, of Satan. So if you're part of the synagogue of Satan, you see? So if that's not these people, then where are they? I would be curious as to where they are. In a Brazilian rainforest, hiding in the rainforest, hiding in Antarctica, in the secret pyramid. No, they right there in Washington, D.C. and Tel Aviv. And they've been there for, you know, decades, if not hundreds of years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that speech by the prime sinister of the United States, right? Should be interesting. That's all I got.